It is 4:30 in the morning. I am in week 8 now of semester 2. I am headed to my second day of clinicals this week. It's Tuesday. I have clinicals on Monday and Tuesday right now. Monday is an elderly care facility, and it's the best clinicals ever. And today is med-surg clinicals in a hospital, which I do not like at all. Not last week, we didn't have clinicals last week. Our instructor was out of town. The week before, that was our second or third week. I can't even remember. I think it was our second. And I got to shadow a nurse for the morning with one other student, and it was so hectic, and I was constantly being rushed as I'm trying to learn, and it was just not a fun thing. I felt like the nurse is pretty much just making sure the patient is okay in that moment, and she was just giving out meds. Like, that was her main thing. And when I told her that one of the patients that I had stayed behind, he was a new admission, and I stayed in his room and did a head-to-toe assessment on him, and which took me about an hour. And then I went and found her and told her he needed medication for his headache, and she said no, she'd already spent too much time with him and she'd deal with it later. It's like, wow, she was in his room like minutes. I could see why a lot of people don't like med-surg and they get burned out, because it is extremely fast-paced. There's no building a relationship to me with the patient. It was literally, she was just going in and giving meds, and that was it. I'm so used to one-on-one care. There's no way I would ever do med-surg. So, I don't know. I think I have probably a good 4 more weeks. Probably, I'm guessing. I don't know the exact end date, but I think we're there about 6 weeks. So, yeah. Not looking forward to today. I ended up taking a nap after clinicals yesterday when I got home, which is very rare for me to nap during the day, but I had a horrible headache, and I was struggling keeping my eyes open, so I took a 2-hour nap. My alarm set, although I wouldn't have woke up. And then I had to get up and cook dinner, and I planned on getting homework done and realized with all the rain that we've had and how hot it is, a lot of my hay out in the pasture was starting to mold from the inside out, and it was like it was in bad shape. So I had to run last night and go get more horse food for the horses, and by the time I got home it was already 8:30, and I didn't get near as much homework done as I intended to. And then it's hard to sleep good whenever you set your alarm and it says that you have 5.5 hours before you have to get up again. So I just never sleep as good whenever that's the case. I woke up several times, and the dogs woke me up once to go to the bathroom. It's too hot for the dogs to sleep outside right now. So 2 of them sleep in my room, and the others are in the dog room, so they have AC. Yeah, I will get to work probably like 40 minutes early, 40 to 45 minutes early today, and I'm going to take a nap in the car. This is my plan. I am looking forward to next week. I'll have clinicals on Monday and Tuesday. Knock out another week, and then I'm almost to the point where in my clinicals on Monday, although I love it, it's been my favorite clinicals by far. I think on July 7th we start virtual simulation, whereas we're staying at home and have to have our camera turned on literally for like 8 hours. But we're doing virtual simulations from home, which we have never done before. It'll be new, but I'll start that on Mondays, so at least I won't have to leave. And then like a couple weeks later, I'll start that on Tuesdays as well. It's like you do 6 weeks in person in clinicals, and then several weeks you're virtual. So that'll be interesting, and just make it where I'm not having to get up at 4:30 in the morning. I think we start at 8 or 9 a.m. So that'll be a lot better. A couple more weeks. That's getting up at 4 a.m. stuff. Not a fan. The more I'm in the hospital, so I worked in the hospital when I was in the Navy, but I was in an outpatient clinic, and I enjoyed that because it was normal hours. We worked like 8 to 4 with a 30-minute lunch, and a lot of times you saw the same patients. You know, they would come in routinely, so you got to know some of them. And I always wanted to do inpatient, and now that I've got just a tiny bit of taste of it, I don't know, the 12 hours are really long. I just don't like the I know I'm really interested in NICU, and NICU will not be the same as far as the ratio of nurse to patients, because you usually only have like 1, maybe up to 3 babies, and that would be depending on the level of care they need. The higher the care, the less babies you have. But yeah, I like more of the one-on-one, like I'm used to. Oh my gosh. So we'll see. Yeah, so far, and NICU is still my number one. I have not had a chance to shadow. My schedule's just too crazy. Maybe when I start virtually, it'll calm down a little bit. And I'm almost done with one. We have 3 16-week classes and 1 8-week class right now. And normally when 1 8-week class finishes, we pick up another one. That's how it was last semester. But this semester, the class just ends and we don't pick up another one. So that will lighten my course load a little bit. So I'm hoping maybe the end of July, 1st of August, I can get some shadow time in. Because if I do want to do NICU, I think I have to apply to that hospital in October. And I don't even graduate until May next year. So I really do have to make up my mind here soon. But really the only other thing that I think I'm really interested in right now, other than NICU, is staying with the elderly. I really love them. I just don't know if I would like working in a facility though, because I feel like the nurses do a lot of meds there as well, and not necessarily, I don't know, I guess it would depend on what kind of facility, because the facility that we're doing clinicals at now, I would love it because you really get to know the patient, and it's a really nice environment. Whereas the first elderly long-term care facility we were at was terrible. It was like night and day. This one is, they have their own apartment. They have a restaurant inside. Like, it's set up like a home, whereas the other one is a straight up facility, which I did not like that at all. Yeah, so that's kind of where I'm at with things. I am ready for next week where I get a little bit of a break. We have like 6 assignments next week. This week I have 13. It's a lot. Plus an exam on Friday.